Namaskar. The ancient knowledge comes to us broadly from 5 sources: the Veda, the Upanishada, the Purana, the Itihaas, and folklore or people. Now, this knowledge is divided into two categories: passive knowledge and active knowledge. Active knowledge is that knowledge which is given to you, which you are going to practice, but it is given to you after ascertainment of your antecedents, your past, your history, your progress, your character, your capacity, your aptitude, your attitude. And this is the knowledge that basically floats or flows from the Guru to Shishya. In India, the Guru Shishya Parampara has been given utmost importance, and rightly so, because the active knowledge, if it goes to a person where it is not recognized or it is misused, it will create chaos in the society. Again and again, we have seen that the Danava or Rakshas who did a lot of penance, lot of tapasya, and at the end of it obtained boon, like Bhasmasur got the boon of endless energy, or Ravan got the boon of being invincible. All these boons were meant for their own betterment of their themselves, betterment of their society. But ultimately, they were misused or overused to the extent that somebody had to come down and destroy the Danav who was misusing the knowledge or the power that he had got. This was the reason that Parshuram made it a rule that he will not teach a Kshatriya any Shastra Vidya, because that was likely to be misused. And this is why active knowledge is that knowledge which goes from teacher to student via the medium of literature or practical work. And that is why all the Upanishad are discussions between a guru and a shishya without any audience. So the guru is telling the shishya what the shishya needs to know. And by this time, the teacher or the guru is knowing the student intimately, his capacities, character, and his qualities. And the shishya, when he becomes a guru, is also bound by the same conditions that the knowledge should be given to somebody who is capable of using it as well as absorbing it. Then we come to the Itihaas, the Purana, and the folklore. The Purana are stories of morality, stories of ethics, interwoven with historical events, but not necessarily wholly historical. These stories, they tell you the importance of following morals in our day-to-day life in a manner that everybody can understand. And misunderstanding, misrepresentation, or taking out a different meaning from the story is difficult. So these are stories to be read out or to be performed or to be told and retold to audiences, number of people, and these are the stories which lend themselves to personification or dramatization or can be interwoven in poems, and from where they enter into the folklore and in a way become immortal, because as folklore they travel from one city to the next, one area to the next, one nation to another nation. And this is also the reason for the Itihaas also is converted into Purana at some point of time. We have two specific Itihaas, one is the Ramayana and other is Mahabharata. Itihaas means this actually happened. There are a number of mysteries in Ramayana or Mahabharata which we are not in the position to explain at this stage. But there are enough scientific evidence or points that exist which show that it definitely happened, even if what has been said might be hyperbole. And in this regard, we can show a number of combinations or number of locations which exist in the Ramayana and exist today. In a separate answer on a Quora, which I will be quoting in the comment section, we have given 5 proofs: location proof, stellar proof, picture proof, history proof, and motion proof of why Ramayana or Mahabharata must have actually occurred. And from there, it is converted to Puranic stories, which are bite-size knowledge or bite-size information proper for digestion of sundry public or even children, enjoyable to the children. And like Aesop's fables, there are a number of fables which arise out of this literature. Now, why this difference between active and passive knowledge? Stephen Covey has attributed to Mahatma Gandhi 7 deadly sins which are recorded. Which are these 7 deadly sins which have been enumerated by Mahatma Gandhi? And these are the sins which occur if we get knowledge without responsibility. Passive knowledge is no problem. Passive knowledge can maximum lead to misinterpretation, but it doesn't lead to any great change in the society or change in the direction or guidance of the society, whereas active knowledge can actively do so. It can change the course of events, it can change the basic premises held by the society, and that is why active knowledge is to be used only by people who have the capability and the capacity. So let us look at the 7 sins, and you will realize the point that I am making about active and passive knowledge. What are these 7 sins? Wealth without work, pleasure without conscience, knowledge without character, commerce without morality, science without humanity, religion without sacrifice, and politics without principle. These are the 7 deadly sins. We can read again the one about knowledge. Knowledge without character. And this was exactly what was happening with the Danava, who did penance and created the situation suitable for getting a boon, but did not have character strong enough to carry the effects of the boon, and that led to annihilation of the whole universe at some point of time. So that is the importance of active and passive knowledge. We will be having 2 more episodes on this. See you again. Namaskar.